Today we are going to do a prawns curry. This is a Bengali dish and it will be done the curry in Bengali style. So let me quickly tell you what the ingredients are. So first up we have the prawns. So here's the prawns from a packet like this. So the only part about the frozen prawns is you got to see that it's thawed out, and after the thawing is done, the next step is to take the tails off. So that's pretty easy, because when you have the tail on like this, you just press it somewhat here and then it's nice and easy to take the tail off. And then the other ingredients, coming to the other ingredients, we have potato. So you just chop the potato, and the size of each potato piece should be about that much, and here I've used one medium-sized potato. You have cauliflower. The cauliflower must be chopped fine. So here are the pieces of cauliflower, and one bowl like this is sufficient for this curry which we are going to make. The tomato should be chopped fine, and here's one medium-sized tomato which has been chopped nicely like this. And now the chilies. The chilies are a very important part of Bengali cooking. We have the chilies in two formats. The first one is when it's chopped fine. This is a sharp chili, so we don't put too much, otherwise the curry will be very strong. And then we also have the bigger pieces here. So depending on the guest, if someone wants to have it little sharper, they can use these pieces, which will be part of the curry. The last part is the onion. There is no onion in this recipe. There's only ginger and garlic. So here we have chopped ginger and chopped garlic. Now for the cooking itself, you have oil which you warm up in a pan like this, and the first thing that goes in are the cinnamon, cloves and the cardamom. After that begins to crackle just a little bit, now it's time for the garlic. So you get the garlic in, and while that's going, you put in the chilies. The bigger pieces of chili, they will go in a bit later, not at this moment. So after you've got this running, you can keep the flame down, and now you begin to put in all the things which need to be fried. So I am going to put in the cauliflower, the potatoes, and all the prawns. And now we are going to fry it for a little while. So the thing to do now is to keep cooking it for a little while in this little oil which we have. We haven't put in the masala yet. The ground masala powders, they're going to go in just a bit later. Right now we got to cook so that the potatoes, the cauliflower and also the shelled prawns are going to be nicely golden brown. When it's getting somewhat cooked, I've been adding some oil as we've been going along. So now it's turning a little bit closer to being cooked. At this point, we must put in the ginger. The ginger has been chopped fine, and we put in. Notice that we are putting the ginger in quite late compared to many other recipes. This is because we want the fragrance and the body of the ginger to be in the final result. So when you got it like now, you notice how the color changes have taken place. You know now that it's time to add first the big chili pieces. That goes in. Stir just a little bit, and then time for the dhania and jeera powder. So I mixed the dhania and jeera powder, and I'm going to add a little bit into this. This is according to your taste, so not too much, just a little bit. You can see how I did it. Press the home button. Now it's time to add the tomatoes. So here it goes. So after we've got the tomatoes in, then we continue cooking for a little bit, like this, till the tomatoes begin to change color. Now for the final phase, what we need to do is to add the water and the salt. So here's approximately the water you need, and it's a curry, so you need some gravy in it. This is the body of it. So I added the water according to what I feel is right. You can add some more later, and if the water is too much, some of it's going to dry out anyway. And so you put in the water and then you add the salt. Now salt is to taste, so be careful. Add just a little salt in to start with, according to your estimate of things, and then you can always add more later. So as usual with curries, this is the last step where it's bubbly and going on. So you got to turn the gas flame down to sim as little low as possible, and then you cover it and let it cook, and maybe at least 5 to 7 minutes till it's done, and you can check the salt once again before you serve. Alright, so here's what the final dish looks like. It's Bengali prawn curry. Enjoy it. To make a full meal out of it, you can accompany it with rice, palak saag, a little bit of potol bhaja, and dal and cucumber.